Crunchyroll Premium lets you watch the newest anime right after it airs in Japan in beautiful high definition and on all your devices. Right now on Crunchyroll, Attack on Titan, Digimon Adventure 2020, also available, plus the brand new Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and hundreds of old favorites like Dragon Ball Super, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and so much more. Try it out for free right now at crunchyroll.com/geekdom. The link will be down below, and I thank them for sponsoring this video. Well, here they are. We got them. First of all, I want to give thanks to Jake Plays for the thumbnail, and I want to thank DBS Hype for uploading these, and I want to thank Andy for the translations. Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 65, full summary of what's going to happen in this manga chapter coming up. Well, it should be out tomorrow everywhere on the Shonen Jump app, the Viz app, etc., etc. And I will have my review then, as well as a upcoming live stream in a couple more days, and we'll all talk about these events. Now, before I get into this, again, last warning, we're going into spoiler territory. We got the entire chapter, and I want to make note that I have not read this yet. This is my first time reading it. Like, I didn't prep the video. I'm just starting it right now, seeing it for the first time. So you're going to hear my live thoughts and reactions as I go through reading this, okay? So here we go. Title, Son Goku the Earthling. You know, I guess that makes sense, right? Earthlings are pretty dumb, so I guess Goku can do some dumb things once in a while. But let's get to that, here in a moment. Let's go ahead and start. So it says here the chapter starts with Kuririn having arrived at the battlefield, noticing that Goku doesn't seem to need the Senzu Bean. Moro lies on the ground with a big stone above him, which Goku turns into dust, telling him to stand up. Great freaking visual right there. He gets up but notices that Goku disappeared. Next to Kuririn, it's Kuririn, but it's Krillin, taking the Senzu Beans without asking. Goku tells Moro to promise to go back to the Galactic Prison. Yeah, because Goku already asked him to do that before, and he didn't listen. And never escape again. Despite being surprised with that question, Moro agrees. Goku throws him a Senzu Bean and explains that by eating the bean, his power will recover immediately, and then he can be taken to prison by Jocko. But again, goes back to my original point. He's already been beaten up. You don't have to kill the guy if you really don't want to, even though you have permission to. But why give him the Senzu? That's very dangerous, and it winds up backfiring on Goku. Moro recovers and can even regenerate his arm, acknowledging that the bean even works better than 7-3's ability. So there's been a big debate whether or not Senzu beans can regrow limbs. And I guess when it comes to Moro, it looks like they can. Maybe not like regular Earthlings like Gohan or Saiyans or Namekians, but with Moro it can. So I want to make that very clear to everybody who's like, oh, this means that they can regrow limbs. Maybe it's only to Moro's race. Just keep that in mind. We don't know yet. Moro thanks Goku, but then rushes towards him screaming, but before that, I have to kill you. Goku remains calm as Moro hits his chest, seemingly causing breaking Moro's hand. So I saw this in the images I leaked earlier on the channel. Yeah, he punches Goku's chest and his hand like bends back like a really bad sports injury. Very disgusting. Moro is screwed here, or so it seems. Whis figures that Goku's sharpened Ultra Instinct also contributed to his increasing his own strength. Yeah, Goku's body's made of like steel now, or stronger than that. Beerus rather gets annoyed by Goku playing around and not finishing Moro off. Yeah, Beerus is like the rest of the damn audience at this point, right? Like, he gets it. Goku says to Moro, you are indeed an unfair guy. Transforms back and kneels down. I think he meant to write kneels down to him. Because he kneels down. I've seen the manga panel where he does this. And he's also back in base form. When he says he transforms back, he means that he powers down to like base, which Moro denies. No, he looks at Moro asking, have you ever trained before? Which Moro denies. Goku tells Moro that if he would have trained instead of stealing all the lives from planets, he would be much stronger than now. Moro's reaction, shut up. Training is what weaklings do. And it's like, dude, Goku, like, obviously Goku knows better when it comes to training, but you're talking to freaking Moro, man. This guy's not a nice guy. Like, it's almost like he's trying to do like a oop thing where he sees how evil Kid Buu was, like the pure Majin Buu, and he's like, well, maybe if we reincarnate him, he can be good or whatever. But it's like, no, dude, like this, Man, Goku. It's irritating. With Goku having met such a tough guy like Moro for the first time, he feels like it's a waste. Yeah, we've heard this before. It might be a waste, but he's still evil. Intentions and a malicious nature is worse than a strong opponent. You've got Vegeta, you've got Whis, you've got everyone else to train with. You don't need Moro. Yeah, it might be a waste, but he's a bad guy. If Moro was only a good guy, he would have liked to fight a properly trained version of Moro. Jocko interrupts, asking if Goku didn't notice that recent betrayal, and tells him that Moro doesn't want to change his heart. There are some typos here and some grammar. Andy is an interpreter, but he also typed this up really, really fast. So please be patient with him when it comes to that, okay? But again, even Jocko's telling Goku, dude, like, stop being so nice to this guy. The truth is that in the universe, both in the real world and in the fictional world of Dragon Ball, there are irredeemable people out there. Sociopathic people, psychotic people, sorry about that noise. People who are, just not good people. And sometimes these people need to be put away. Like, they need to be put away, whether it be destroyed, like in Dragon Ball, or just put to prison for life. Like, you can't have them in society because they're too dangerous. They only care about themselves. And it's like Goku has witnessed this throughout his whole life and still doesn't seem to get it, Okay. He asks Goku to bring the battle to a close. Goku replies that he is aware, but wants to keep talking to him. Why, dude? He's not a good guy. Like, as Moro desperately hits his fist on the ground, Goku asks him a last time whether he wants to return to the prison or not. In this moment, Moro notices a hand of his on a stone in the lava behind Goku, which we all kind of knew was going to happen, or we kind of predicted it, and it winds up being true. Moro answers Goku that he won't go back to prison. He will continue eating planets. Goku accepts, and as he promised to Mirrors to protect the galaxy, he transforms back into Ultra Instinct. Moro wonders, Mirrors, who was he really? That Galactic Patrol guy? Goku replies that Mirrors was his master and the guy he learned this technique from, which is Ultra Instinct. Moro says, I see, so that guy was also able to use that technique, and Moro remembers that his lost hand touched Mirrors' neck, which could get his ability. So Moro realizes that the hand that got cut off did touch Mirrors' neck, and he's like, maybe I can get Ultra Instinct. Yeah, big mistake. Moro is a very cunning, selfish prick. He's gonna figure out a way out of this until he dies. He must be killed, is the way I see it, right? He lets his lost hand fly towards him, catches it, and says, a body moving on its own, I can't wait. Which is basically Ultra Instinct, the mastery of self-movement. He attaches the hand to his left arm. Moro transforms and gains Mirrors' power. Also, to Beerus' surprise, Whis figures that Mirrors must have gotten copied before. Jocko says, damn, that's why I told you to finish him quickly. So, dude, it's like everybody's telling Goku just to do this already, man. He's going back to the same crap. Goku was the one that yelled at Gohan to finish Cell off. Goku learned this lesson himself already, man. The battle between Moro and Goku continue, and as their fists are about to clash, Whis saves Kuririn and Jocko from the upcoming explosion. So that's where you see that image of Whis with like the barrier around him. That's where that comes from. With the planet taking more damage, Goku orders Moro to follow him. The battle continues in the sky, and then Goku takes Moro for several laps around the Earth to compare their speeds as Moro suspects. At some point, Moro has enough and kicks Goku into the ground, into the mountains, or into the mountains. Somewhere else on Earth, Moro says, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. My bad. Into the mountains somewhere else on Earth. Okay, so we don't know exactly where they're at, but they're fighting somewhere else. Moro says, also with me having magic power, I have the advantage. Goku is still relaxed and asks Moro to attack again. Moro gets angry, wondering why Goku doesn't get afraid. As the fight goes on, suddenly Moro's arm gets super big, shortly after even his upper body. So what's happening here is very similar to what happened with Merge Zamasu, where Moro's body is unstable. It's not reacting correctly, reacting in the right way. Now, we do get a bit of an explanation here. Says here, while Krillin and Jocko wonder what's happening, Whis figures that since Moro's body isn't trained for the power of an angel, his body started growing. With Moro's body growing and growing, Goku gets the upper hand. Goku ironically tells Moro that he faces now the same issue as his old henchman Sagambo. So remember, Moro did absorb, I'm pretty sure he absorbed Zagambo at one point, if I remember correctly. So this does make sense, that this is a similar issue here. And now we have angelic powers being involved. So Moro's body, like Zamasu, is getting all mutated because it cannot handle this angelic power. And I like that. I actually really do like that. It's a shame because Goku's writing in this chapter has been pretty bad. But Moro and what happens to him is still pretty interesting if you ask me. As Moro got a technique which you usually get through training, it's nothing you can just use easily. He suggests that Moro should let Mira's power go before his body collapses. So, Moro is going to be unable to use Ultra Instinct, according to what Goku says. He isn't going to be able to use it. It's sort of like with the Kaioken, where, and we've talked about this before, if you're watching my Kaioken Explain video I did earlier this month, we go into that. The Kaioken is a technique that has to be learned and mastered because it requires mind, body, and spirit. Same thing with Ultra Instinct. It's a transformation and a technique. It's a state of being. You can't just learn it by accident. You have to remember that Goku trained with the angels, Whis, of course, that angel, way before he even did Ultra Instinct. So Whis is already teaching Goku about how to control God Ki and how to let your body move on its own. It was discussed in Resurrection F. I did a whole video on it. And now it's like Moro's trying to skip ahead with a cheat code and it's just not going to work. Same thing that happened with Captain Ginyu taking Goku's body. He can take Goku's body, but he doesn't have the full sort of, symbiotic relationship between mind, body, and spirit. And that's what's happening here. So, again, guys, I said it before and I'll say it again. Dragon Ball is a lot deeper than people give it credit for. It irritates me when somebody says that it's surface level. Oh, it's just fights. No, it's not just fights, bro. It's way deeper than that. Not all the time, obviously. But it's much, much deeper than just a bunch of fights and dudes punching each other. There's something to it here. Toriyama gets the ideas from a lot of different cultures, especially Eastern culture. So that's kind of what's happening here. His body just can't handle that angelic power. Moving on to the final page here, it says, Moro still believes that someone like him eating planets and life energy has no limits. Well, maybe he's right, but this chapter proves otherwise. Goku says that's your limit. The battle continues with Moro ending up on the ground again. Him talking to himself, I need a body that can stand this power. So basically he realizes that his body, in the state that it's in, is just unable to withhold that much energy. That even though Miras is, again, a trainee angel, not an experienced one like Whis, he's still an angel. These guys are leagues above mortals. While Krillin and Jocko are getting relieved, Whis warns Goku, if you want to win, you have to finish him off now. Continuing further is not a good idea. Duh. No duh. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Goku understands. Really? Are you sure this time? And aims his hand for a final blow. That's your end, Moro. Why do you have to talk, bro? Just blast him and finish him off. It's just like Vegeta on Moro and in Resurrection F. Like, you don't have to give your catchphrase. Just kill the freaking guy and let's go home. Like Han Solo said, blow the sucker and go home. But suddenly the earth starts moving. A giant head of Moro comes out of... Come on, dude. My bad. I got a phone call right in the... That was my office phone ringing here in the middle of my video. I'm not going to edit that. We're going to keep going. So anyways, a giant head of Moro comes out of the earth and appears behind Goku and fires a blast from his mouth. Goku avoids, but is shocked by what he sees. Moro, my body became one with this planet. Now I shouldn't have any limits. So Moro fuses with the earth. Now, like I said in my previous spoiler video, I love this. I really, really love this because for all the bad that Toyotaro did to Goku's character in this arc, I feel like the idea of Moro fusing with the earth like Ego the Living Planet, that's freaking awesome. We've never seen that before and I love it. Now we have seen Zamasu merge with the universe, but that's a little bit different. Here it's a little closer to home because it's the planet that Goku's been trying to protect, you know what I'm saying? And in his own timeline, not the Trunks timeline. Whis explains the situation to everyone. If Goku kills Moro, the Earth will be destroyed as well. Great. What a situation they're in right now. Also, if this amount of energy explodes, the galaxy could be blown away as well. Yeah, they're in a serious pickle right now, dude. Whoa. It ends with Moro wanting to continue the fight with Goku, but has he any way left to fight him? Then it says down here, Chapter 66 preview, the Earth absorbed in front of Moro, who became a super gigantic bomb. Does Goku have no way left to fight him? So yes, it is, I'm going to say it again, very similar to what happened with Cell when he became fat or whatever and blew himself up. And it's the same thing. There are several homages, not just to the Cell arc, but to other arcs. And there's very few original ideas in this arc. But with that being said, though, Moro absorbing the Earth and fusing with it is kind of a cool idea. It hasn't been done before. So I will give Totaro credit for that. I still think that Vegeta's probably going to have to use Force Spirit Fission on the entire planet and somehow remove Moro from the Earth. Either way, the visuals in this chapter look pretty great from what I've seen. And I'm actually interested to see where it goes, even though it's still Totaro, he could easily mess this up. Either way, though, I feel like if you look past the Goku stuff is probably the worst thing in this chapter, in my opinion. But the Moro stuff I enjoy. I really did enjoy it. So, with that being said, what do you think about the situation? The synopsis, that's it. Like I said, tomorrow I will do my review, giving my thoughts on the chapter, as well as a stream later on this week. And coming up this weekend, the Transformation Guide returns. Super Saiyan God Explained is coming, and it's a great video. I'm very proud to finally be able to show you guys. It's been done for a month, and I'm finally able to put it out. Thank you. You have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the review.